Hi there folks, welcome back to the channel. The aircraft of the Imperial Japanese Army are famous for their heavy wear and striking marking. But how do you recreate that in 1/72 scale? In this video, we are tackling two essential techniques. We're going to cover the step-by-step paint chipping and how to mask and paint your own Hinomarus from scratch. By the end of the video, you will have the confidence, put the decals aside, and pick up the masking tape. I'm going to have two main colors. So one is the underside. Then for the upper one, I will be using this one. And for the chipping, I'll be using this hairspray. So the fluid is now inside my cup. So I'll be using this one. Alright, let's see if we can do the chipping method. Put some water on the surface. Look at that, it's already starting. We want to have these chipping as natural as possible. And I prefer smaller chipping than big ones. So far it looks good, very promising. So how much is chipping is too much? So I'm trying to make different types of pattern for chipping. Alright, so let's say for the sake of this video, we'll just finish it until here. Then the next step would be just kind of like, and I don't want to ruin the surface, so I'm just going to do some mopping operations, let it dry a bit, and then if you see something like the pattern is not that good, just come back. This is how the chipping looks like at the end. You have more on some places and less on the other. I think the hardest part is trying not to be symmetrical. And I'm gonna continue with the chipping on other areas of the aircraft, but basically it will be the same route. So I'm just gonna fast forward most of the videos, and there's gonna be several layers on top of this. We're also gonna use airbrush template to make the surface a little bit more interesting. These airbrush template from Uschi. Probably I'm going to try the small pattern and also the mid pattern. Let's see how it goes. We're going to use the same JN green, but also a mix with JA green. Alright, I'm going to show you the results. I'm not sure you could see it, but can you see the different tone of green on the wing area? Some blotches of smaller ones. The darker ones are the greens that were sprayed through the template. You can see over here too, the same. See some smaller dots here. You can see also here on the wing, on the stabilizers, adding some complexity to the base color. So I'm going to continue with this, using the same technique but slightly different, using different bottles, having an XF4, so slightly yellowish, just to give the impression of fading paint. So this is the results. I think I got the nuance of the different types of green on the surface. So far this is how it is. Trying to be consistent and trying to be random. That's kind of like my main goal over here. So what's next? Working on the lower side. And the lower side, I have this color, gray green. That would be the one. But before I do that, looks like I need to mask this area over here. And what I use here is what you call the camo masking putty. And you can see over here that I've covered most of them, and they correspond to the border of the camouflage. Alright, so done with this. Now I have to put some hairspray again and replicate that on the lower side. It's in the cup. So I'm going to do a full gray green on the lower side. Let's do that. All right, let's peel the masking. The masking went very well. It is a little bit hard on the edges. If you want to make it a little bit softer, you can just by going over again using an airbrush. All right, now let's do the chipping. We'll use the same process. Whoa. And you could see there, chipping has started. Oops, that's probably too big. So this is where we stand, and this is how it looks like. Several chipping using hairspray technique, and on top of that I also added some layer of airbrushing using airbrush template. So here what you see is the prep for the masking of the Hinomarus. We know that the kit gives you those as a decal sheet, like this one here. But I prefer, because it's, you know, it's quite simple. It's just solid red. I thought about just having it masked and painted. That would be way much easier for me to handle. So this is a circular tool from DSPIAE. I've had this for a while. It has been very, very useful, and it makes a complete round shape without any you know, jagged edges, so it's quite smooth. So we have the left and the right, and they're all perfectly masked, and also we have the one on the bottom too, and the lower side. And for the sides I have this one here. So now the next step would be to paint this flat white, and then after that I'll cover it with flat red. How would I do the white band that would circle the Hinomaru? I made another circle, but slightly smaller, and I just placed it in the middle, and that would be the marker for a bigger mask that would cover the whole area. Here what I'm doing is the same approach on the other side. Okay, let's go for the red. So we're done with the basic red and then also the layering with the airbrush templates. Now it's taking off the masking and see the results. This is the moment of truth. So you can see here the Hinomaru and then the surrounding area having the paint chipped or flaked. It's also the same thing. So you get the chip paint and then the Hinomaru. Okay, I'm gonna continue with the other ones. So there we have it, a battle-worn bomber. If this is your first attempt at chipping and it doesn't look perfect, don't worry about it. Weathering is a skill that grows with every kit. The key is to keep experimenting and find the rhythm that works for you. Painting those Hinomarus instead of using decals really make the difference in the scale. If you found these techniques helpful, hit that like button. It really helps this channel. Lastly, don't forget to subscribe for more step-by-step builds. Thanks for stopping by, happy modeling, and hope to see you next time. Bye for now.